Hi, thanks so much for joining me for this Get Ready With Me featuring my December favorites. If you are watching this on the day that it posts, it is New Year's Eve, so thank you so much for joining me for 2023. I appreciate all of the views, all of the new subscribers this year, as well as returning subscribers, and I especially appreciate all of the kind comments that you leave. So I look forward to 2024, and I'm wishing you a very, very happy new year. But I'm doing this look today, which is very natural and fresh, but I'm also going to take it up a notch to this look right here. I'm going to insert the look for you for New Year's Eve in case you wanted to do New Year's Eve makeup. Let's go ahead and get started. Going in with the Beige Water Fresh tint, we're going to skip primer today. I'm just going to take a couple pumps here. We've got medium plus here. Going with the Chanel Under Eye Concealer here, and we've got it in the shade 40. Going in a little bit more lightly this time. I want to go in a little light-handedly because the base is so sheer. So I want to keep the under eye concealer not super perfect, just enough to conceal the redness and a little bit of the darkness. Going with the Beige Water Fresh Complexion Touch. This one is in B30, and this one works well because it's a concealer for me. Now what I like about this combination is that you have a consistent texture on the skin. It's that glow. What's nice about this glow is that it's not moving around, it's not sliding around. It just appears more glowy than it actually feels. I think I didn't say that in the video when I featured the Chanel foundations, but that's what I like about it. You have a consistent appearance to the skin, which is great if you don't want to powder. I think it's really lovely. We're gonna go in with the shade Deep in the Water Fresh tint as a bronzer, using reference number 4. Okay, now for just a bit more perfecting, let's go in with a little bit of the Chantecaille. This is the Camoflauge Stylo. I'm going to go right here, brighten a bit. Then I'm going to take right here and add just a little bit, further blur these dark spots. This works really nicely on top of the Chanel Water Fresh Complexion Touch, just for a little bit more. They actually have a similar kind of appearance, the finish, a bit of a glow, which is why I'm using this instead of the Clé de Peau right now, because Clé de Peau is going to have a different appearance. It's not going to have that glowy appearance. I'm going to wait a little bit on powder and see how this sets, because I may go in with powder after, which is completely the opposite of what I normally would do, but I want to see if we can do this look without powder. We might have to add powder. Let's see how it goes. So let's go ahead with brows, using the Chanel Brow Duo. This is the powder side that I'm using right now. Okay, I'm going to use this to just refine a little bit the Victoria Beckham. This is in dark brown. Just filling in any areas a little bit more precisely. Eye primer, this one is in medium. Okay, let's go in with the Hermès number 5. So we're gonna go ahead and build this up, but I'm gonna show you a couple of looks with this. We're gonna go into the New Year's Eve look here, but I wanted to start with this, just an everyday kind of look. I'm gonna take this color right here, go all over the lid. Okay, let's go into the crease bit with this shade right here. I've got a BK Beauty 202. Just going to do a little bit of a glow here with that silvery shade, just the slightest bit. So you can do a very light glow with that, very light. So I like that you can kind of customize. Just using the gray for an eyeliner, Chantecaille eyeliner brush. And I'm going to go ahead and add a bit of mascara. I added Faux along a Slash mascara, and I also added Clé de Peau in the corners there. just to clean up, as always, the corners. I get some darkness just from the contours of the eye, and then plus it helps to lift the eye a little bit if the makeup went outward a little bit too much versus upward. Going ahead and taking Trench right underneath. We're gonna go with blush now, and then this will help us decide how we're gonna approach the powder. I wanna take a look at the finish first. So let's take this blush, take the Patrick Ta blush. Just going in with the powder first. Okay, and then let's take the green part of this blush. Gone a little bit brighter than I want. Let's put the lip on and then let's decide from there. Really want to go with a cooler palette as well as a pinkier versus a peachier cheek for this lip specifically. This is Chanel Mademoiselle. The blush is a little bit bright for this lip, as you can see, so let's see what we can do. I'm gonna take a bit of dim light here, this little mini one that I got, and let's see if we can kind of mute this blush. If not, I have another idea. So let's take this as a Rowan brush here. I think that helped a bit, going in with a little bit of contour. Going with Balm by Chanel in Sculpting. I do like the glow, but I'm just gonna add a little bit of powder to the front, but I'm gonna go with the Lotus powder. I know it's a limited edition, but it's got both a little bit of glow and it's going to perfect a bit. This is a daytime look that you saw in the favorites video, but now we're gonna go ahead and transition this to an evening look using the same palette. Okay, so at this point, I've actually filmed a couple more videos in between, but I also powdered right here in the center with a little bit of Perfect Blur powder because I needed to just get that in place for the rest of the videos. But let's go ahead and just focus on the eyes to really bring this to a more evening look. And we're gonna make it really simple. So I've got here the number 5 palette. I'm gonna take this shade here. I'm gonna really build that up. I'm gonna go right on top. I know I have mascara on, but this is how I go from day to evening. I don't remove my eye makeup. I just build on top. So let's go on top of this. So I'm really just adding a lot more of that shadow. Just wanna do something smoky and soft. I'm gonna take this gray shade now, and let's just build that up in the exterior, on the exterior for some dimension. A little bit more of this. You can see really how this builds up pretty quickly. Okay, now that we've gone in and done that, let's take this shade right here, the silvery shade, and we're gonna pat that on the lid. I'm gonna add more than I did the first time, just so we can see all that sparkle. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of this shade right here, this one that I've been putting in the crease. And let's blend. Okay, now let's clean up the sides. This is going to make a big difference here. Cleaning up those corners with this CdP. So let me just show you. So this is one side and this is the other. I just feel like it looks a little bit messy over here without it. That is why I use this concealer. Now that we have such dramatic eyes, really dramatic, let's go ahead. I'm going to add a little bit more powder just to mattify this a little bit. Going with a Perfect Blur powder. I'm going to take down this blush a little bit too, because now we're going to add a little bit of a, not a little bit, we're going to add a red lip now. Okay, I'm going to add this YSL lip, this one right here. I usually don't pair a dramatic eye with a bold lip. I feel like for New Year's Eve, we could definitely do that. So I just put on my Chanel jacket, and actually this is what I would do very much in real life if I'm going from day to evening. I'll quickly just increase the eye makeup a little bit and go a little bit smokier, and then not necessarily put a red lip, but I might change the lip up to get a little bit more color, or I'll go a little bit lighter so I'm really playing up the eyes. And then just like this, I'll have a shell on and I'll either just put a jacket on like this and change into some nice slacks or a skirt, and that's how I quickly go from day to evening. And also pulling my hair back is a really easy way to style my hair if I don't have time to do it. I'll just pull it back like this and put some nice earrings on. But I would love to know those tips and tricks are that you have to go from day to evening makeup really quickly. And from my family to yours, wishing you a very happy, very healthy new year. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.